All right, guys. So on today's video, we're gonna demonstrate on how to develop your own website. Sorry, your own web browser in Visual Studio. But before we do this, I would like to recommend you to download some basic softwares like JC Picker. JC Picker is just a color picker software, a simple color picker software which helps you to choose any color within your screen, any color your heart desires. It will just pick up the color for you, and I really love that software as well. So the next one is called the Icon 8 or the Picon, right? So you just have to search for Picon on your computer. So there you go, I have it here. So you just have to get the Picon right there, right? So I have the Picon here, and as you can see, I have a lot of bunch of icons for free, even working offline. All right, so let me just minimize the two. And the third one is just to go to the web and just try to find out some, beautiful search URL. So I'm just going to go to google.com. So you can quickly see how google.com works. And you can simply say free HTML search engine template, right? So just like this. So you just have to go to maybe this color. You can just go to this color. Yeah. So from this color, you will see that there are how do I say this? There are some free search pages right here, which of course you can use them, any of them your heart desire. So I believe I think I'm gonna go through to try to fetch one for you guys so that you can get to know what I'm really trying to talk about. So if you think you have any search engine, you can just go ahead and then download one for free, right? So it is for free. So you just have to go through, and I think this is quite good. Good. So with this, I think okay. So this is what I'm really happy with. So I'll just go ahead and then click on this. That is let me first preview this, and this is how it actually looks like. So I'll just click on the download button, and I'm just going to get it for free, right? So I'm just going to click on the download button, and I'll just try to insert an email. Then I just try to download it right there. So check your email for the order. So I'm just going to go to my email, which of course I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to go to I just want to take my time to take you through all the steps, all the procedures you're going to pass through to get this done. All right, so there you go. I have it right here, right? So I just click on this to confirm my download, and see that automatically it will just download everything for me. Okay, so let's see what we have here. I think we should be able to confirm. So you are subscribed, so we should be able to get it. So where is it? Okay, so where is this guy? Let's see from the spam folder. Nothing here. Okay, so there you go. The download button just came, so just click here to download it for free. I just want to take my time to take you through everything step by step so that you won't be missing anything in this particular video. So I have this search folder here, so I'll just keep this. So let's go to I'll start. I'm going to use, in my case, I'm just going to use Visual Studio 2022, but it doesn't matter. Any version you are using is compatible, right? So in my case, I'm just going to create a new project, and I'm just going to use the Windows Form Application .NET framework. And from here, I'm just going to give it a name, say Icesoft Browser, right? And I'm just going to choose a directory, which of course I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to create a new folder. Then I say web browser. Perfect. So I just click on select. Oh, come on. So I just click on this select folder, and I just click on make sure you have any version of your framework selected, just anything. Then just click on create, and this is actually going to create your first project for you. So what you're going to do actually is just go to your you just have to go to your desktop where you have your folder to be. So I open this two times. So where you have your web browser folder to be, just open it up, and here I'm just going to create a new folder just like this, and I'm just going to call this icons, just like that. So open inside your folder, go here, right, and go inside your bin folder here, and go inside your debug folder just right here, and try to copy this search guy here, right? There you go. So with this, I'm just going to rename this guy. So I think I'm gonna go to show more, rename this guy. So I'm just gonna say home, right? So I just have this here. So when I open this HTML file, it's just gonna redirect me here, right? So we want this to be our browser, whatever we want to search. So when I search for google.com and I click on search, should be able to navigate to this for me, right? But I'm not going to dive into this, but I just want to show you how this front end is going to be. And we're going to create this type of browser, which of course is going to be quite interesting with multiple tabs and all that. All right, so let's get to work. Yeah, so I'm just going to go back to the Microsoft browser, and I'm just going to go inside my icons folder, and I just open my Beacon software here. So I'll just try to get, so let's see from here, you can see that the icon is kind of dark gray or dark black or anything like that. So I'm just going to set the color to this color. So I'll just search for back. So you first need to get this software so that everything will be cool for you. So just drag and drop it here, and I'm just going to search for search, and bear in mind that we're going to do this without any third-party plugin or any third-party DLL. So you just have to search for forward, right? So there you go, just bring the forward here. So we have the home, so just bring the home somewhere here. So we have the reload, that is reload. So with a reload as well, you can just choose any of these, which of course I want to use this. And also you can just search for, let's say, um let's search for download, right? Oh, come on. Yeah, let's search for download, and I love this download button. And let's search for bookmark. We'll try to see if we can get all the bookmarks and all that. So in this case, I'm just going to say star, and I'll just bring this tag right here. Perfect. So whilst I have this all done perfect, everything is nice, And I really love this. I can now minimize this guy, and now this guy, you not need it anymore. So I have this icon is here. Let's go to our project. We have this project right here, and the first thing I'm just gonna do actually um, is just to go to the settings, and from the I'll just be starting from the start position. I'll just set it to center screen, and also we have the window state mode, right? So just gonna search for the window state mode. Yeah, that is the window state. It is normal, so I'm just going to use maximize. And what it's actually going to do is just going to expand everything for me to get it in the full screen whenever I start my software, right? So I have a nice browser like this. So let's change the form one name so that we will get everything perfect. So with this, I'm just going to go to the name, that is the text, and I'm just going to say Microsoft browser. Good. So there you go. I have the Microsoft browser here. And what I'm gonna do actually is just go here and search for browser. Okay, so from the browser here, I'll choose any logo my heart desires. I think I'll be choosing any logo from here. I don't want to use any complicated logo. So I think I love, let's use this logo. I think let's use this logo right here, or any icon your heart desire. I think this is good. So I'm just gonna switch from here to the icon, right? And with the icon, I'm just gonna go back to my icons. Then I drag and drop any icon I want to use right here, right? So just drag and drop the icon here. So good. Let's go back to the property section of the main form. For the icon, just try to select the icon from your desktop, web browser, go to icons, then you select the icon. So there you go, you have the icon here. When I start the project, you then see that I have the icon up there and also at the bottom right here. Perfect. That makes it much more interesting. So now let's create our tab pages. What are we going to do actually is just to add a tab control. This is going to be a basic one, right? So just add a tab control. If you have more than if you have customized tab controls, you can use that, but in my case I have only this tab control. So I'm just going to set the dock to fail, right? Just the dock here, set it to fail, and I'm just going to delete all the tab pages. I don't need them, so I have this empty tab page. When I just click on start, it's just going to give me an empty tab page right here, right? That looks capable. So what I'm going to do actually is just to add up a menu bar, a menu strip, sorry. So just going to go here, double click on the menu strip. We have a menu strip here. So I'm just going to say file. So under the file, I'm just going to say new tab, and I'm just going to say remove tab, just like this, right? So we're just going to try to create a beautiful UI to make this much more interesting, right? Okay, so now let's go to project, and we're going to add something called the user control. So this user control is going to be the web page. So let's call this web page. So we have this web page here. This is where our design is going to be, right? So with this design, I'm just going to try to keep it so simple and easy. So I have this JC color picker here, and I have this awesome color here. So I'm just going to copy that, and I'll just come here, and I'll just come down here to the color section, that is the background color. Then I paste it here, right? So I have this background color here. So what I'm going to do actually is just to add a normal panel, bring the panel here, and let's dock the panel to the top. So that is from the dock. So I'm just going to dock it to the top, just like this. Perfect. And I would like to dock another panel Okay, so I'm just gonna add a new panel just right here, and from this panel I'm just gonna dock it to fill the whole parent container. Then I add up another control which is called the web view or the web browser. So just add the web browser here, right? So this tab is going to be where we're going to add a lot of buttons, a lot of icons, and a lot of things right here. So what we're going to do actually is just to add a text box here. So just a normal text box, drag and drop it here, extend this a little. So with this, you just have to be specific of what you want to do. So in my case, I'll just want to choose the font size to be 12. It is 8, so I'm just going to use 12. It's going to make it somehow look big a little, just like this. And also I'm just going to add up some buttons. So it's just going to be a normal button, right? So you can add a normal button or a picture button, anything your heart desires, any button you think you are good with, is kind of cool, right? So in my case, I'm just going to use this button. So I'll just go to the button section, and with the name I'm just going to give it a name, BTN back, right? Okay, and with the text of it, I'll just set the text to none. All right, so we have the image of it. So with the image right here, that is the image. I'm just going to set the image from a local resources to this guy, right? So you can see that the image is very big, which of course is very big. So what I'm going to do actually is just go to the image back here, just clear it, click on OK, and let's set the back color of this actual button. That is back color here. Let's set it to white, just like this. And also I'll set the background image instead to the local resource, just like this. You see, so just go to the background image layout and just use zoom. So this is how it's going to be actually. So you have to know how to build a beautiful UI depending on what you want to do as your browser. So I'm just going to copy and paste this one more time here, and this is actually going to be my forward button. So I'm just going to say btn forward, right? So that is going to be the forward button. So I'm just going to add one more here, and that is going to be I'm just going to use the reload, right? So I'm just going to import the reload just like that. Perfect. And I'll just add another one here, and that is going to be the search. So just click on the search just like that. Perfect. Add another one and put it up here, and let's see. For that, I just love to use the home guy, and also I would like to add one more, that is going to be the download, right? So with the download button, I'll just go to the import and choose the download button. All right, so let's add one more, that is going to be the I'll just put that one here, and that is going to be the favorite. So I'm just going to put this here. Perfect. So all is done, right? So just have to put this here. Perfect. And let's just extend this. Now don't forget to save your project. We have something called the anchor point, right? So with the anchor points, just select these three by holding the control key, and just go to the anchor point. We're just gonna anchor it to the top left, and it is already done. So just click on this four, make sure you've selected all the four, and with the anchor point just remove the left and add right instead. And with this text, just go to the anchor point, it is top left, so just add right to this. Perfect. So when you are done with this, you are good to go, right? All right, so that is how it actually works. right? So you have these buttons and you are good to go. So what you actually want to do is just want to go to build and say build solution. So that is actually going to build a solution for you. Make sure you get build one succeeded, zero failed, zero up to date, zero skipped, right? So when you get that, just go back to the form one here and you can see the web page here. So let's assume that I add one tab here and I add a web page here, right? So I can just dock the web page there, just like that. So now when I start the browser, this is how it's actually going to be, right? So this is perfect and I really love this. So what I'm going to do actually is try to set up the font size of my tab control to 12. Perfect. So this is the more you increase, the more it looks much more complicated, right? So I'm just going to maintain the 8.5. That is cool. Okay, so that is it. With a search, with a file, you can just keep the file just like this, and it's actually going to work perfectly fine. Or you can just add it up here, add and remove all that, and it's going to work perfectly fine. All right, now we don't have to manually add this because we want to add it programmatically, right? So just have to delete this. So just delete it, and let's just delete the tab as well. So let's go to the web browser here, and here I just want to show you something from here. So let me just keep it into 200. So I'm just going to create a private sub right here. So I'm just going to say private sub, let's call this create tab, right? And this private sub is going to create a tab for us anytime the web browser loads, right? Or anytime someone clicks on the create tab. This is a private function, which of course I don't want to write all the codes just right up here. I don't want to do that, right? So I will just call only this create tab function here, and whatever code I write here will be performed right here, right? So let's get to work. Now we're going to use some statement declarations. So let's say dim my tab as new tab page, right? Good. So we're going to use the keyword with, right? We can't keep on saying my tab dot maybe text equals to something. We're not going to do that, right? So I'm just going to teach you one technique. So just going to say with my tab, right? So it's just going to give you like a end with. So just say dot, right? So the text is equal to what, right? So for the meantime, let's use an empty string and let's say new tab, right? All right, then we can say dot doc, right? Or let's say let's use the new tab for now. So this is gonna be a new tab page, right? Good. So let's say let's declare, so let's say dim my browser as new. So we're just going to give the name web page here. We're just going to use the web page user control we created. So new web page, right? So wherever we see my browser, we are referring to the web page, right? So from this tab, sorry guys, so from this tab, we're just going to say dot controls. So the controls of this tab page we are creating should add something, and the thing is gonna add is gonna be the my browser, right? Perfect. So we are creating a browser from a web page, which is this web page, and we want that web page to be added to our tab which we are creating, and the tab we are creating is to be added to this tab control, right? So this is how we say it. So actually, what you're gonna do actually is just to say that okay, now we're just gonna say me dot tab control one dot tab pages dot add. So the tab pages is going to add my tab, and already the tab we are adding contains the controls of our web browser, right? It actually contains our web browser already. So we have created a tab or a well, we have created a tab page whenever the form loads. So let's see how it's going to be like. So there you go. You see that we now have a new tab, and we have our tab page right here, right? So let's dock this. So what we're going to do, actually, we're just going to say that now we are creating the browser, right? That is a web page, right? So what we're going to say is, with my browser dot doc equals to doc dot fail. Just going to use the doc dot fail, just like that. And let's just start it up. And there you go. It fits up everything, right? All right. So what I'm going to actually do is just return this name to be home page, right? So just save this and let's start it up, and there you go. So we have the home page here. But how can we navigate to a page whenever this browser loads? So for that matter, you just go back to the web page design, click on the web browser you added, and now go to the URL here. You're just going to say https column slash slash www.google.com, just like that, and the slash, just like that. So after that, just go to rebuild solution to rebuild the whole solution, and also just click on start to see how it's actually going to work. So it is loading, and you see google.com right there. So you see the Google. Perfect. Now how can we get our 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 template, or let's say our home screen we added inside our bin folder, right? How can we get access to this home index, right? How can we get access to this inside our web page right here? So what we're going to do actually is just go here, or just clear everything from here, leave it to be blank, and let's view codes. And from here, when the web page loads, right? So when the web page loads, we're just going to say process dot we're just going to say web browser one dot navigate. So we're just going to navigate something. So we're just going to say path. So we're just going to say what I'm actually going to do is so that is the startup part. So I'm going to say start up. Let's see, start process dot start up. I think I need a current startup. Okay, let's do it this way. I'm just going to go here, go to my home page, just click on this, right? And I'll just copy the whole thing right here. Just going to show you the easiest way. So just copy all these, come here, and just paste it in here, right? Oh, we didn't copy it, right? So just have to copy the directory, then you just put it here. So you say slash index dot html. So we're just gonna navigate to this. Let's save this. Let's try this once again and let's see. So there you go. So we have this right here as our home page, right? So that looks much more capable. How can we, work within these buttons and all that? So let's go back to our web page. Click on this. Try to change out the icon to a different icon that looks capable. Perfect. So now this is a text box one. So whatever we type inside the text box here should be re-navigated there. So this is what we're going to do actually. Double click on this. We're just going to say web browser one dot go back, right? Okay. Then we're just going to go here. Just say this is going to be go forward. So you're just going to say web browser one dot go forward, right? Just like that. And you get it's going to say reload. So we're just going to say web browser one dot refresh, right? So it's just going to refresh the browser. And here for the search, we're just going to say web browser one dot navigate. So it's going to navigate to a specific place, and that place is going to be textbox one dot text dot trim, right? So this is where it's going to navigate. And when it is navigating, we're just going to say um okay, let's leave it for now. Just want to keep this basic. So with the home page, we're just going to copy this and then paste this here. And with the text box right here, just going to replace with our index of our website or our home page or anything like that. So I'm just going to copy this as my directory, and then I just come here and I just paste it right there. Perfect. So with this star, I think with the bookmarks, we just want to add a separate page for the bookmark. So we're just going to go to file, add form, and we're just going to say bookmarks, right? So it's just a form. Just going to add a list view, just a normal list view. And what they're going to do is just we're just going to add a list box rather. So just dock it to fill, and yeah, just going to keep this so simple. So you can easily customize this, and it's going to be quite awesome. So when I click on this, I'm just going to say that bookmarks dot list box one dot items dot add. So it's just going to add a text box one dot text anytime we add it up, and it's just going to pop up a message box telling us that bookmarks added successfully. And in this case, we're just going to use a message box style, and this message box style is going to be information. I'm just going to set the head to saved, just something like this, right? Perfect. So that is it. Just going to save, and if that should be the case, I just going to go here, go to file, click on the top here, and let's add bookmarks, right? Perfect. So we have the bookmarks right here. So with the bookmarks, let's double click on the bookmarks, and we're just going to say book. So you say bookmarks.show dialog, right? All right. So that is it. We have the bookmarks here, and what we're going to say actually is yeah. So with the download, just going to say process dot start, right? So we're just going to say we're just gonna start a process, and this process is gonna be go to your computer, go to your C drive, C, go to your users, go to your name Ixel Technologies, go to your download folder, and click on this to copy this URL, right? So we're gonna start this process right away from here, right? Okay, save this, and also let's try to start it up and see how it's actually gonna work. So there you go. We have our home page. When I click on downloads, it's just gonna open up my downloads folder for me. That looks much more perfect. When I go to youtube.com and I just click on search, it's just gonna search youtube.com for me, and that is actually gonna redirect me here, and that is quite interesting. So I can say udemy.com, then it can redirect me, so just accept the Java, and yeah, so there you go. So you have your browser here. You can indeed in fact go to google.com, and we have some custom web browser DLLs out there, which of course you can get access to them, do whatever you want to do with them, and it's gonna be fantastic. You can even search for Awesome Chrome, and that is also another beautiful web view or web browser DLL, which you can use for your web browsers and all that. So now this is the bookmark. We don't have any bookmark here. So when I click on add bookmark, see bookmark added successfully. When I go to bookmarks, now I have google.com here. So let's search for facebook.com. Then I really have the facebook.com here, so I can just bookmark this. Let's go to youtube.com, search it up. That is going to go to YouTube. So let's just bookmark this. And now we have three bookmarks right here, right? Perfect. So the bookmark is also working perfectly fine. Now let's see how we can do this. How? Okay, so I think everything is done. Now let's go to our main form. That is the form 1. So with a file, new tab, just gonna say create tab, right? And let's go to the remove tab. Just double click on the remove tab, and we're just gonna say tab control 1 dot tab pages dot remove. You see, so just gonna say selected tab. So just gonna use dot remove at selected tab. Tab pages dot remove dot, what is this, tab control 1 dot remove dot tab pages dot remove, and inside here we're just gonna say selected. It's been a while I did this, so I think I have. Okay, so that's going to be tab control 1 dot selected tab. That is it. So it's just going to be tab control 1 dot tab pages dot remove the tab control 1 dot selected tab. So this is just going to create a new tab. So let's test this out, and let's see how it's actually going to be. So just going to go to file, new tab, and there you go. We have a new tab right there. New tab. There you go. So we have a lot of tabs out here, and each of them can navigate to any of the tabs you want to do. So if you want to remove it, just say remove tab, and it's just going to remove all the tabs gradually, and it's just going to remove the tab. All right, so that looks capable. Let's see, when I bookmark something and I want to double click to launch to that bookmark, how can I do that? So basically it's very simple. You just have to go to the bookmark and double click inside the list box. So this is listbox selected index change. So I'm just gonna say from one dot um how do I say this? Okay, so just let's leave this for now. We will do a full detailed video on this. So I just don't want to keep this video long. So if you have gotten the basic structures on how to build your own website, your own web browser in a modern way, you have to give me a thumbs up. I will be publishing this video on YouTube. So if you wanna subscribe to my channel, you can do so. If you wanna like, share, or do anything, you can do so. Microsoft Original here. Thank you very much, and I'm out.